Taraf lover, greetings from Savai. Leai. Garuahia. Once again, man, out here. Look at that. Just look at that, people. Just out here, man, adding value to my walk with Christ. How's your walk with Christ, man? I know some people aren't religious, nor am I, but I am spiritual, and I do believe. I have faith. You know, gotta have faith in something, eh? Please keep your dogs on a lead. Gotta find some leadership somewhere, eh? Finger. And yeah, God leads me. Because you know what? Because sometimes I don't have a lead on me. And I can go astray, man. And talking about going astray, there's lots of stray dogs here, man. Who let the dogs out? Anyway, what can I talk about, man, while I'm walking? I shared last video about some of my work experience in the social service sector, and I honestly believe, man, that God leads us through our workplace. You know, man, it's just unreal. My experience anyway. I don't know about your experience, but yeah, I'm walking backwards here. Mate, you wouldn't believe, man, I was walking backwards and I fell. And that's what happens, man, when you you know, you're going backwards in life too, eh? Sometimes you fall, man, especially when you've got the salmon work boots on. But yeah, the reason why I walk in my jandals is because diabetics have problems with their feet, and I've got a cure for me to give those sausages some air, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it really has helped my feet. This guy, look at him on the slide, lean back. And so, yeah, I find that when I'm wearing my jandals, they get oxygen as well. Some of our feet, bro, you know what I'm talking about. They stink. So, giving my feet some air, beat the feet. So, yeah, that's a good lesson, man. Shucks, shame. So, move forward, not backwards. Because you may fail and you may fall, like I nearly did. So here I am, walking, and I've just finished my talk with God. I have a app, and I recommend it. It's called Prayer Alarm. And so sometimes I forget to pray, you know, when I wake up in the morning, and you know what I mean. So the alarm helps me, and with my condition, I'm learning to kind of like learn to focus on things a little bit better with my memory. It's not good, man. I can't even remember who you are. So, you know, I suggest that you know, or recommend that you get prayer alarm, because it reminds me. So 7:30 in the morning, the alarm goes off, and my alarm's there's a ribbon in the sky for love, and I get up, and it reminds me to say my prayer, because man, I forget about God a lot, man. You know, so the alarm helps me to remember to pray, and yeah, pray for everybody, man. But I pray for thanks and gratitude, humbleness, forgiveness, all that kind of stuff, man. Because, yeah, my mind, like the stray dogs here, can wander. And so, praying to God, He can help me, and He can direct my mind, you know, to the path of righteousness. not backwards to oh my goshness. So yeah, what can we talk about today, folks? I like to share some meaningful content, and most of it comes from my life experience, my personal stuff, nothing that I've read about myself. I mean, not about God. I mean, reading is good, man. I'm not a reader, that's why I've got a prayer alarm app that is audio, you know, and the Bible reads to me. So yeah, let me talk about tough guys, mate. Oh, this world, man. There's this saying that I've quoted before, but it's something that's kind of like stuck with me, that this world is not a bad world because the violence of bad people, but it is because of the silence of good people. You know, those ones, you know, those people know what's right and got no balls to speak up. So yeah, I'm one of those people. I speak up, and I've done that through my jobs and my work experience, and it's even cost me my job. But you know, my mum used to say to me, son, do what's right, and always help those people that need help. And sometimes, man, it's got me into a little bit of trouble with my jobs because of what's right. You know what I'm saying? You've been in those jobs where you know something's not quite right, but you just, I'm on a good number, I'm on a nice salary, don't rock the boat, you know, and don't worry about what's right. But me, God knows. And you know what? He's actually kind of, in my own personal experience, as I said, he's actually directed me through my jobs and pathways. So he's been and he's gone before me. I mean, I'm not working right now, I'm in the transition, so I know he's planning something for me, and I've got faith in him that he'll lead me towards that path. You know, even though I think, oh no, I'm sick of social services, I'm sick of helping people, blah blah blah. How can they say? God's got to say, man, and I can say whatever, but he knows what's good for me. He knows my weaknesses, my strengths. He's given me talents, and he knows my way of thinking, my behaviour, and he knows you too. And he knows that we're different, and he knows that he created us for some purpose. Well, I don't think so. What's the use of not believing in anything when you die and you just, I don't know, more than think go to three heavens? They're allowed to believe that. And some people believe that we get reincarnated. Man, I hope I come back as Michael Jordan. And some people think when they die, so it's over, call it a day. Sorry that it had to end this way. So yeah, something to think about, eh? I always think about that kind of stuff too. I ask God, man, how is it that people die? You know, good people and bad people are still living. You know, and I always question, when will my time be? Yeah. So, yeah, lots of things to think about, reflect, and yeah, walking and talking. Big shout out to Jesse, man. He's got this walk talk thing going. Way to go, bro. That's the way. He's using his gifts and his skills to help his community, and I see you out there, bro. And that's it's just inspirational, and love your work. May God bless what you're doing, and also others around the world. Joanna Mack, cousin out there, doing some good work. Calvin Vainga, and doing some really good work. And B, his sister, you know, Helene's, one of Helene's good friends, and my cousins, you know, out there helping others, and it's great to see. Love it. So getting back to, you know, with my personal work journey, if you like. So, yeah, God's just kind of like, you know, gone before me, and He's just given me jobs where they are actually connected to, I think, what He thinks I should be doing, or His purpose, and not mine. So I just want to talk about, I talked about social services and my work there, but leading up to that, I want to talk about, you know, who it is I said, the violence. A lot of young kids out there, man, fear tough guys, fear want to smash everyone, fear threaten guys. And I've worked with a lot of those guys, man, and the, you know, guys that want to intimidate. I think they can intimidate others, man, you know, with their size, and they throw their size around. I mean, yeah, I was taught right not to, you know, use my size for intimidation. You know, it was use my heart. What's the size of your heart? This doesn't matter whether you're a good fighter or you think you are. It's your heart. Are you willing to die, brother? You know, and I see the fights that, you know, I love watching boxing, and, you know, my favourite's Jai. Big shout out to Tabs. You know, the work that he's doing too, you know, through their art, you know, using using boxing as a means to kind of like, you know, get that violence. Because you want to sort of punch mothers, you know, just want to give them the fist, you know. They get angry, you know, the impulsive behaviour, just want to smash people, man. You know, and some people, man, need to chill, bro, you know. So I remember working as a bouncer, and I haven't really shared this with anyone, but especially with my kids when I was growing up, because I used to bounce a lot, especially being head bouncer. You know, come from a long line of mentor bouncers. My brother Stephen used to bounce, one of the early bouncers in Sydney when there was you know, those days of Bondi bums from New Zealand go over there. Nah, just the Bondi days where a lot of Kiwis, when they migrated to Sydney, my brother Stephen stayed with Roberta. That's right, back in the days. And Roberta and Jay, you're doing some good work out there. Big ups to you as well. Roberta with her Arcia water, and Jay with his ministry. Silly, I didn't know you were in the hospital, Jay. See, the silence of good people. Come on! Sometimes we don't tell people things when we should, you know. So, yeah, I encourage those people that keep silent about stuff that do matter to others to share it, man. Have the balls. So, bouncing, man. Yeah, so, man, I learnt a lot from that, you know. And I look at the kind of the legal fights, you know, where you got a ref, umpire, whatever, in the boxing ring, MMA, you know, kickboxing, wrestling, you know, mate. Those who have done security, you know, you bouncers out there, you know who I'm talking about, real old school, you know, the fights, you know, the real fights where back in my days, you know, you could smoke in the club, and mate, those fights, those are real fights. And some of those fights that I had, man, while I was bouncing, because it was work, man, you know, big guys like me earning good money, you know, knocking niggas out, de-escalating situations. And so I've learned through my bouncing, and I've done a lot of bouncing, you know, I had one guy that, man, every Saturday he'd want to come and fight me, you know, come in, he'd be sober as, and then a lot of them would be sober when they walk in, and then different guys give them a bit of alcohol, strong guys, you know. And so I just did this one experience of mine bouncing. He'd come in every Saturday and I'd knock him out every Saturday. Go to the back of the club, and I won't mention what club it was, and just, here he goes, he wants to fight with me, tall poppy syndrome, and I'll knock him out. And then we're good friends, actually, by the way, today. So, you know, it's not the answer. And I used to meet a lot of these guys, you know, even really nice guys, you know. What's up, bro? When they walk in, and then, mate, they just change as guys. And so, you know, I had to learn kind of skills to be able to kind of like de-escalate the situation, you know. When you've got alcohol mixed in with clubs and women and music and drugs and, you know, that nightclub scene, man, I learnt, you know, you gotta have your skills about you. So I used to use humour, because that's Samoan too. You know, we can diffuse situations by, you know, having a good laugh, and then they laugh, and then they calm down. So, you know, I do things like, you know, say to the guys, would you like to go home in a taxi or ambulance? You know, just making people wary, you know. And I learned that, you know, when you were a security officer, you did go and have battles and fights, and I had a few fights, man. Talk about the records. I mean, I would never share this with my kids. Sometimes I'd come off worse off, but you know, because back days you could chuck ashtrays. Ashtrays were the main missile, man, in nightclubs, and so you had to kind of learn skills to be able to, you know, calm down these violent dudes that think they're tough guys, you know. And yeah, so I'd be working from Thursday to Sunday, and you know, I'd say every week I'd have a fight. Be one, doesn't matter where it was. You know, you know, I remember working first Black Power nightclub in Pukekohe, and worked in clubs even as recent as Gold Coast a couple of years ago. I still want to go back there and work there. Bikie clubs, Hamilton, Charmers, you Charmers out there, and Let It Hog when there was pumping, you know. Yeah, all these nightclubs that I worked for was good money, and I learnt that, you know, you didn't have to knock out guys, but I could if you want to go there. So, you know, it was about, you know, assessing the situation, making sure you're safe. Some of these bouncers, man, they've got these big, you know, flexed their muscles, and they can't fight for shit. And so I would never share with my family what happened at work, because I didn't want them to worry about me. But yeah, it's pretty violent, you know. And you bouncers out there that know who go to work, you know, and oh, there's so many of them that just go there and just muscle men, just stand there. But and when the fight's on, no shows. But you know, I learned you don't need to use violence to, you know, it's not the answer, man. You know, some people just live in a world where their opinion is the only one that matters, and they can't fathom, or they can't even, they don't get it that, you know, your opinion's not always right. Other people got opinions themselves, so they don't need to get angry. You know, it's about understanding some people and being open about that. And it was kind of awkward, you know, you'd be bouncing, because you'd walk, you know, normal with like in the shopping centre, and you see a guy that you knocked out at the club, and he's with his family, and I'm with my family, and you know, you make that eye contact, and yeah, it's not great. So all you professional boxers out there, man, you've had a security background, and good morning, you know, and I've left from the best, you know, talk about fighting, you know, with their tires, Gary, Lecky, Alan, you know, the guys had serious fighters, man, you know. But, you know, like I said, violence is bad, and as actually, like I said in that quote, the world's not bad because of the violence of bad people, but the silence of good people. And sometimes we have to speak up, you know, even though you know what's going on, and you know it's not right. I just want you guys to speak up, okay? All right, man. You want to know my record for security knockouts? More than your average bear, cuzzy. But hey, man, I'm a giant, gentle bear. Love yous all. Thank you for listening to some information that may or may not help you. But there's just one person out there that's gained some insight from this. I'm so happy. Have a great day. Have a great week. Love yous all.